Tonight, Barry Guimbellot will be talking to us about using constant lighting for underwater photography. In 2018, he and Marty Snyderman published an article on this technique in Dive Training magazine. But first, let's go back a few decades to the days of C-Space, that much-missed dive show that had a great 38-year run until closing down after 2007. For much of this time, Barry and Ruth, along with a group of 10 to 18 Dallas underwater photographers, would make the trip down to Houston to participate in the photo contest, view the booths, and give workshops and seminars. Ken Kinesic ran a great show and recruited many of the world's finest underwater photographers as major presenters. The greats like Jim Church, Ernie Brooks, the Tackett's, Burt Jones, Maureen Shimlock, the Dreyfuls, Howard and Michelle Hall, and many others gave a special feel and importance to the show. UPS always had a booth to discuss underwater photography and recruit members. But one of its main contributions was to assemble a large photo display. It took work from many members, but the end result was always stunning. An annual raffle that we held helped raise money for our treasury. Back in the early 90s, our president, Leonard Tchaikovsky, and Barry talked about the possibility of creating an underwater photo club in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Barry is not only the founder, but the sole president for life, going on 28 years now. His work with Dive Training and Dive Center business magazines has resulted in numerous articles and cover layouts, as shown here. In each issue, he and Ruth write and produce photography for bi-monthly columns. They also produce a very popular series of YouTube videos for scuba dive skills. Here are clips from several of these videos. He also worked with Underwater Kinetics, using their UV lights to demonstrate underwater fluorescence photography and videography. And of course, photography takes place above water too, and his imagination, skill, and creativity show up there as well. I've been following Barry on Facebook for years and know that he is also an accomplished artist with scratch art. He's what some would call a Renaissance man, one of many talents. So, now it's time to get back to what brings us here tonight, his underwater photography. Without further ado, here's Barry.